officially, I welcome you all to this masterclass. And I know because of the time difference, many people cannot join. So this is the purpose of this particular masterclass is to let you all know there's so much of potential in video marketing. And the reason I chose YouTube is because I had my personal success with YouTube compared to hundreds of other things that I've done. So this is the main thing that I tell people. Everybody waits for that perfect video, the perfect moment, the perfect background, the perfect makeup, the perfect script, the perfect sound, audio. You need high-tech cameras. Now I'm doing with my webcam, okay? I'm doing with this microphone, but I recorded 167 videos with my Google and iPhone 11. So after I monetized one channel, I invested in an iPhone 11, and till today I shoot with an iPhone 11, though I just got a DSLR Canon, and that's so much of work, adjusting the colors, adjusting these things. So start before you're ready. Before you think you're like, okay, you just wait for that perfect moment. It doesn't come, okay? I don't have a millions of subscribers. I don't have tens of thousands of subscribers, but still I'm good at what I'm doing. That's all. I'm confident. I trust myself. And that is the trust that you get, which takes time, which takes a lot of conditioning, which takes a lot of time to get to that level. But if you're sure you have that skill to help people, just get doing. You have to be just 1 or 2 steps above the person, okay, before you. If somebody's going to ask you, how do you do this? Which means you know 1 step above them. You know something that's extra than that particular person, and you can help that person. That should be your mentality. Helping people. Don't chase money. Trust me, especially with YouTube, as any business. When I chase money, I never got money, okay? It's funny because you keep looking at the numbers, you keep looking at the figures, and if you don't get that particular number, you get frustrated. So it affects your entire actions and efforts that you put into that particular work. But if you focus on just putting your head down and doing the work, and if the work is done right, then the money is the final outcome. So I always tell them, don't think about the money aspect. Money is the final outcome, which eventually you will get if you do the work right. Okay. So this is some of the common objections that I can think of when people think about YouTube. They're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, but they fear judgment from friends and family. What will my friends say? What will my family say? What will my husband say? All that judgments. You are a traditional brick and mortar business, but you don't harness the power of video marketing, which is organic traffic goldmine. That's the only platform where people don't focus on ads. These days, you cannot grow an Instagram account or a Facebook stuff without paid ads. But YouTube is organic if you do the SEO strategies right, if you really focus on the content creation. So that is why always I focus on the organic traffic goldmine, which is like on dot. So you are a coach, you are an entrepreneur, and you do not have presence on YouTube, which can drive traffic to your landing page or your sales page. So it's very easy to divert traffic from your YouTube, telling them, hey, you know what? I've got my Facebook group where I share information about financial management. So click the link in the description below and join my Facebook group to get to know more information. So that is a clear call to action, what people have on their videos. So you are doing videos on Instagram, you're doing videos on Facebook Live. You might as well repurpose it on YouTube and capture that particular audience there. So you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, but you don't know where to start, and you're sweating about the equipments, you're sweating about the technical gadgets, you sweat about the editing aspect, you sweat about the music, the royalty, the copyrights. There's so much into that. And then you have a business plan in mind, but you do not know how to plan and create video that would build your authority in your niche. And this is my favorite, okay? You will watch millions of videos on YouTube on how to grow on YouTube, okay? How to make money on YouTube. But nothing seems to work because it's bits and pieces of information which never fits perfectly in that puzzle. And you're not able to manage time and be consistent because time is a huge factor. But trust me, YouTube is the only thing which is easiest for me. I struggle being consistent on Instagram. Facebook is like a dump. It doesn't work for me. I don't use Facebook at all. So for me, it's just Instagram, my podcast, and my YouTube channel. So time and consistency is something that people really suffer with, and the low vanity metrics, the numbers game. So like I tell, most people get depressed or most people get intimidated looking at low numbers. Even if 40 people have watched, you have to think like 40 people from any part of the world who does not know who you are have spent their time, even if it's 1 or 2 minutes, to sit and watch your content. Okay, you can see literally in the graph where people dropped off. Then it's your work to go back to the analytics and see the exact time where you had more people drop off, and see what mistake was done just 10 or 20 seconds before that. These days we are living in a world with entirely distracted world, with minimum attention span, with minimum focus time. So you have to capture attention of the people and tend to retain them. That's why retention time is huge when it comes to the YouTube game. So this is something that we will learn today in greater detail. Okay, so what are the common mistakes that I see people making on YouTube? Okay, they don't treat YouTube as a business, which is the biggest brutal mistake people can make. They think it's just entertainment. All they want is AdSense money. All they want is monetization. I see people talking about monetization, and I'm like, oh, grow up, people. No, once you get to that stage, you will be like, oh my God, did I sweat my whole life to think about 4,000 watch hours, which is huge. Okay, it's not an easy milestone. Trust me. 4,000 watch hours is like 240,000 minutes of people watching your channel. Okay, so how many unique viewers you have to get to that 240,000 is like massive. So unless you create interesting videos for people to binge watch, that's when you get to do it. But that it's a good milestone to attain, it's a good milestone to check, but it's not the only thing in the world. Okay, you can use YouTube very, very strategically, and I'm glad I found it at an early stage and not at a later stage, which would make me regret more. Okay, so they don't treat YouTube as a business, but it is a huge business model with lots of potential if done right. And then they think they can learn everything from YouTube about YouTube. So that's not how it works. And again, it's the same thing. They don't focus on income generating activities. Every video that you make has to have a clear call to action, but which doesn't mean you're going to sell in every video. You don't find me selling on every video, but you will create that momentum. You will create that playlist in such a way that you will build authority in your niche, and people will reach out to you for your services, for your help. And that's when you convert them. They're already warm. On Instagram, you have to take efforts to convert a random cold lead to a warm lead to a hot lead, and then close them into a sale. But YouTube is the easiest way where you can warm them up in your niche. Okay, so these are the common general mistakes that they do in terms of their business aspect. But mindset mistakes, they shame selling on YouTube, they shame being salesy. And Michael, I think you can relate when we talk about shame so much, because DL talks about it a lot, that we shame so much about us. We shame so much about everything. If my video has got 10 views, there's no shame in that, which means that strategy has not worked. My keyword has not worked in a way that I thought it'll work. Maybe my thumbnail needs more refining. Maybe the content was not good at the start. So it just has to be in a way that you have to think of refining and fine tuning your content, which you can do at any time. That's the beauty of YouTube. Okay, I can go and change my thumbnail to the video that I posted like 2 years ago. I can go and change the keywords anytime I want. So people, I'm sure you'd have heard people say, 2 years there was like hardly any views on my video, and suddenly that video, shot up. Suddenly that video, the views spiked, and that video went viral, because the trends keep changing. People search for different things at different period of time. So you never know. There's just one video that you need to blow up, but blowing up is not my thing. Okay, so I don't really focus on blowing up. I don't really focus my energy on getting a viral channel, a viral video, because I have millions of views, and it might get me a few hundreds or maybe 100 as AdSense revenue, but it's not going to get me anything else. Mine is more towards strategy. Mine is more towards building authority and converting them into sales, getting money out of it, living your life you want, a freedom lifestyle. That is my core focus. Okay, cold DMs and emails don't work. Okay, so the mindset mistake people do is when they start that particular video. They're like, hey guys, I've got this course going on, I'm selling it for $40 today. Just buy my just the link to buy my course is in the link in the description below. Will you ever go and buy it? So that's the way it'll become if you're too salesy. So you can find two extreme sectors of people. Either they fail or they struggle to sell, or they're just like selling on your face, which is like very suffocating. So cold DMs and emails, which is very similar in on YouTube. When you start doing it, you can't be like all the time selling, all the time being salesy. That doesn't work. So these are the common mindset mistakes that people do when it comes to selling on YouTube. Okay, so technical aspects and mindset mistakes. Now, why YouTube at all? Or out of all other platforms like Instagram, it's so powerful. People make so much money on Instagram. People close sales in DMs and make thousands and tens and thousands of dollars, which literally shook me when I knew that people are doing it. But YouTube is like my thing, because I have not personally had success on closing thousands of dollars on Instagram DMs, but I've made thousands of dollars on YouTube. So I can definitely talk about YouTube. Okay. So it is the second largest search engine, obviously. And when you search on Google, which is the top guy, the number one, you still have your videos listed under the videos tab, and videos are now on the top category in the search bar. So that is how Google and YouTube complement each other, especially in organic traffic. So when people search for a keyword, obviously on Google and YouTube, your videos are going to be ranked higher if you use the keyword strategy and SEO done right. And it's very easy to build authority using videos, because people can see you, they can see the style you communicate, they can literally understand your body language, verbal and non-verbal communication, and you build that really, really strong community. So I've got a real tight knit, strong community for my regional language channel. I mean, that's amazing. I do lives every Saturday or Sunday. I try to, and it's just to talk, it's just to share updates, it's just to have that community, and it is that vibe that I get, which is beautiful. Okay, so you get that trust in a very, very short span of time, which I think takes time for a podcast is still effective to building that invisible bond with your listener, but I think it takes time to build that trust and authority. It's nice when people listen to you when they travel, it's nice when people listen to you when they cook, but it doesn't build that authority, it doesn't build that trust to come and get your services, a paid service straight away. But it takes time, but video is comparatively easier and the time frame is pretty short. And psychologically, you go to YouTube to find something, right? Some recipe, some ads, some DIY, or anything other than entertainment. Okay, if you're just bored, you want to sit and watch some movie or video or funny stuff, that's fine. But psychologically, most of us hop on YouTube to get information, to search for something. And when somebody is going to feed you that a required answer and even value added with additional stuff which would make your work much more easier, it forms that bond, it forms that trust. So it is that psychology that you have to tap into to convert your audience into a subscriber and subscriber into a client, okay, a paying client. So that is the psychological process you walk them through. So they come to you with a question, desperate for answer. You not only give them the answer, you also value add it with lots of information, which will even level them up from their problem wherever they are, and build that trust, build that authority, and convert them into a person who will come to you seeking help. So if done consistently, this is a huge game changer. Okay. And the evergreen. This is my best part. Okay. So when you go to analytics, you will see people watching your video that you created like 10 months ago or last year. So it is always there on internet. How many of us have gone and watched a YouTube video for something? Okay. My iPhone hangs up. So I'm checking, okay, how do I clear cache on iPhone, or how do I, reset my camera on iPhone? That video was posted like 5 years ago. I still trust it. There's no level of trust going down because of an outdated content. For example, if you go to a Facebook page and the last post that was there on a Facebook page was like 2016 or 18, you'll think that page is dead, right? You will never trust a page which has not been active for 2 years. Okay, but YouTube, that's not the thing. So it's evergreen. You do the work once, you post it there, it's always there for people to watch, and the trust level is there irrespective of the time posted. The information will still stand if it's not something that's expired. Okay, it's like about election. Today's prime minister is somebody you watch after 5 years. That's not going to be current. So other than the current information, most of the information that we create will still stand. So that's the beauty of YouTube, and there's no trading time for dollars. That's like my favorite. I should have had it in a different color. Okay, now we're going to do the exercise. Get your notebooks out, and when you think about making a video today, what are all the biggest fears? You need not share it with me. Okay, this is just for you to understand. Once you pen it down, it brings everything out of you. You will be surprised at how much, when we do all these exercises, we're going to do 3 or 4. You will know how much we'll do. So we will do the entire channel branding, we will do your client avatar, we will do everything. But before that, I want you to rinse out all the fears and pains that you have when you think about making a video. Okay, you need not share it with me, so you can be as raw as possible, as honest as possible. But if you want to share, definitely I'll give you that space to share. Okay, so go ahead. We will set a timer for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, why do you think these are big? So just spend another 2 minutes to write why these are your biggest fears. So understanding this is very important. First, the two exercises is your fear, your judgment about everything, about the fear of starting a YouTube channel, and why is that fear really having a significant impact for Priyanka. Okay, so it's all about her kitchen and looks, but you can definitely have the what is that electric stuff called? I forgot. Induction. You can have an induction stove on a table, a white table or some table with a tablecloth, have the induction stove, have a saucepan, and start cooking and showing videos. So it's just the thought how you make. This is not the best background in the world. This is in my bedroom. If I turn the camera, you will just be like, oh my God. Okay. So it's all about you taking that extra effort in, making sure that little nook and corner that you're shooting is okay, it's perfect. People watch it for the content, it's not for the background. Are you watching me because I'm having a nice background, or I will have a nice background? No, it's about the content that I speak. So these are limitations that we put to ourselves and procrastinate, and we stop. Okay, this is just an example. I'm not picking on you, Priyanka. I'm telling. So each of us have our own fears, our limitations that just stops us. Okay, so that is just a limitation. That is just a bloody excuse. Okay, so I give that excuse when I have to hit the gym. I do hundreds of stuff during the day, and if there's anything that I would stop, I can just knock off from my to-do list. That will be my gym. That's because that takes my least priority for me. So things like this, we would have so many other things. How much we do for our kids, how much we do for our family. That time we don't procrastinate because that is like our priority. Okay, we take that as a priority. But how much we prioritize ourselves. Okay, I can go on and on in this topic, but that's the little thing that you have to understand, that is just your excuse that you're giving to yourself to procrastinate from what you're doing or to stop what you're doing. Okay, so with that in mind, let's just assume you have gotten rid of all your fears, you've gotten rid of all your judgments, you completely have that spirit and mood to kickstart now. Now, I will not say go take your camera and shoot, okay, which is still good. But now in the stage that you are keen on knowing how to create a strategic video that will convert to sales. You want to create content that will really help you to grow your personal brand, that will help you to know who you are in your particular niche. So the first thing is, we cannot talk to the entire world. We cannot go stand, hey, universe, listen out. That doesn't help on YouTube. You should know exactly to whom you're talking. I was speaking to people who were interested to migrate to Australia. Okay. So if it's core, my regional language, I know my people from which state they are, what will be their mindset, what do they want, how will they think. So you should really niche down to the exact client audience, the client avatar that you would talk to. So that's when you can speak exactly right into that person, looking into their eyes. So two things you have to consider here are the demographics and psychographics, because these days, people say about, you have to know what kind of podcast they listen to, what kind of Facebook groups are they part of when you do your lead assessment and stuff like that. So that's all part of psychographics. So initially they'll say, like Facebook ads, you should target a particular demographics, which means, a country or a city, what age range, mom or single mom or dogs, pet lovers, whatever. So that was the general thing. But when it comes to finding out your ideal clients, you have to concentrate both on the psychographics as well. So I just want you to spend a quick 2 minutes and write down whatever content you have in mind for your video marketing. Just write down the demographics of your clients and psychographics of your clients. This will help you to design your client avatar. Cool. Okay. So let's create your strong why. So people who are already in business, what works well for your business? So this you can just think, or you can just write down as a point, because this is something you have to sit and think deeply. Okay. But I want you all to create a strong why. Unless you have a strong why, there's no way you're going to invest your time, efforts, and go beyond what you can in creating videos consistently. Like Priyanka said, she could give up. So everybody would come to a stage where you don't have views, where you have all these excuses. So your brain will be just, let me just take my best excuse. I didn't post videos for, I think, 2 months on my channel last December, because I was so busy with my business stuff. I completely let down my YouTube channel. But the beauty is, my channel, maybe the algorithm might have dropped me to an extent, but I still had views, I still had AdSense revenue, I still had people watching my channel. So that is why I love YouTube. Though 2 months is huge. I stopped posting, it's still there. But to reach to that level, it takes time. So you have to understand what is working well in my current system. So I know Michael makes so much money on Instagram, but he still is considering YouTube. So there's something that he really wants to achieve out of YouTube. So what is that? So that will be your strong why statement. What is working well in my current platform, in my current business model? What is missing? And what other platforms would you love to repurpose your videos? Because I'm going to teach you how to repurpose videos and what is the power of content repurposing. So what platforms would you like to use? People who are in career coaching, especially young professionals, working professionals, LinkedIn is a beautiful platform to tap your efforts. So the same video that you record for YouTube, you can give your link on LinkedIn, and that is again another medium that you're trying to tap on. So Facebook, okay, your Facebook groups, your Facebook page, your IGTV videos, every platform has adapted itself to include video contents. So YouTube released shorts, which is very complementary to your reels on Instagram, okay, vertical based videos. So everybody is being so innovative with the video contents, so which shows all the billion-dollar huge tech giants are completely focusing on video marketing, which is already the future. Like 80% of the content is consumed via video, stays in your memory for a longer period of time. People love to consume video contents. Okay, so this is something for you all to work on psychologically, to understand your strong why for your video marketing needs, so you will be consistent. Okay, so okay, let's create your quick branding. So quick, I want you to write 1 or 2 words for each of this. What is your business niche? Next, your business niche and your YouTube channel should be complementary to each other. Okay, people make this mistake. What is your business niche, and what do you want your channel to be known for? You want your channel to be known for a cooking expert. Say you have to niche it down, like baking channel or eggless baking, or things like that. Educational, organization. There's so many video niches, but what do you want your channel to be known for? Very quickly, in your business niche, in the content that you want to make, I want you to list 10 video contents. All right. So now that we have a little bit of contents that we can think on top of our heads, we are going to talk about the KPIs. So, what are the key indicators when it comes to YouTube for creating video? It's not about creating videos. I can just take my phone and sit and record like this, but it has to be something that creates an impact. It has to be, it's not always about money. Okay, but the selling aspect is definitely an added bonus. But creating an impact and impacting people's life in a positive way, like when I get an email that your video saved me from getting scammed, I was offered a fake visa, I get this email every day. Okay, so that is the kind of impact that you want to give to your community, to the people. Okay, so that's the trust that they build, that's the relationship that you hold with your audiences. So that is the first main focus. But the focus for today is about creating content that sells. So how do you validate whether your video is matching these KPIs? Okay, so we'll look at each in detail. So you have to create a strategic video. I know this word is like so much abused these days, but the strategy behind creating a video is breaking it down into three main components. I'm not sure if I have that presentation. Okay, I've got that aspect here. Okay. Okay, so when you talk about the content strategy, when you create a video, it's I never script. I've made like 180-ish videos, but I have never scripted any video. Like what I'm gonna say, where I'm gonna say. I'll only make dot points. Okay, top five things that I want to talk about Australia. Okay, this, and this. And what are the five main mistakes that people, YouTubers make? How can you make money as a small YouTuber? 5 points. So I mark down those 5 points that I want to talk about, but I don't really script my videos. But if you're someone who would be comfortable in scripting your video, what exactly you talk, that's totally fine. Everybody has their own style. Now, the content strategy comes in placing the exact call to action where. So when you start your channel, it's always nice to have the regular call to action. Hey guys, I don't start like, hey guys, today we're going to talk about. I talk with the meat of the video, what they're going to exactly get, the solution to their problem. What is that? The pain points. That's what I address in the start. The starting line is like, I know you're watching this video because you want to grow on YouTube with a small channel and make money. So I'm going to walk you through the five key factors that has helped me make a lot of money with a very small channel. So without much delay, let's get started with today's video. If you're new to this channel, I'm Dr. Priya. I'm an online YouTube coach and I help people to make or create videos that sells. So if you like such contents, consider subscribing to my channel and turn the notifications on so you'll be instantly notified of my new videos and you don't miss out on my new videos, blah, 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 whatever. So this will be like the little bit of introduction. Nobody cares about the 1 minute intro you create paying somebody on Fiverr, or you sit and create, or you pay someone to do it. That I've done that mistake. If you see my videos, my older videos, I think I've had like three intros. I paid one guy in Philippines to do it, I paid one guy in India to do it. Now I've got a full-time editor for the past 1 year. So it's like now it's just my name and what is this channel about, and that's it. That's what people want to know. Because you don't know if the same person is watching you, whether they know you. So you should always have that thing that somebody new is going to watch your channel, and if someone brand new is going to hop onto the platform, how do you want to establish yourself? What do you want to be known for? So that is a very important statement that I would always recommend my clients to have in the very first part of the video. Okay, the meat of the video, what you're going to share, what is going to be the ultimate benefit, what people are going to get, that will be in the first introduction. The first 20 seconds are crucial. That's it, 20 seconds. You don't have much time. So in 20 seconds, you grab the attention of the listener and make sure you retain them till the end. So that is creating the content strategy in such a way that you retain them to convert them into a paying client. So that's the first half of the video. So when I do say 4 tips or 5 tips, after the first two, which is like the main key element where I still have them with me, I haven't lost their attention. So there's something called the mid roll where you can break that attention span and tell them, you know what, because then that psychology, wow, this is good, oh my god, I'm mind blown, oh my god, this is so useful. So that psychology is where you tap in and say, This is what I teach in my one-on-one coaching program called YouTube Strategy Lab, where I help people to create video content that sells. So we talk about my 6-step framework called Shots. And if you're keen, hop onto my Instagram, send me a DM called info, and I'm happy to chat with you. Let's set up a call and discuss whether you're the right fit for my coaching program. Now, with the first 2 points, we discuss blah, blah, blah. And then that's what I do. I go refresh the memory. The first 2 points, we discuss this. Now, moving on to the next points. These are the things. And then finally, you say, if this is something you're interested in, share it with your friends and family. So you've got like 3 call to actions, which is not very pushy, which is not very salesy, but still you tell them, because people have to know that you have something to sell and they have an option to buy. If you don't sell, you just imagine if you just open a shop and there's no board, there's nothing that indicates that you're a shop where people can come into and buy. Will people come into your shop and be curious to know, oh, are you a shop? What are you selling? I would love to buy from you. Nobody says that. So it is the same mentality, the psychology that you have to tap into and tell the world that, hey guys, I have this particular program and this will help you to achieve 1, 2, and 3. So you break their outcomes, what they will get, into points and tell them, this is what I can help you achieve. So join my program, or you can just tell them, hop on, get more information, talk to me, and know if I can help you. So if you trust that I can help you, definitely we can, go on. So things like that. So I'm never pushy. I'm never salesy. Okay. And that's like my key thing that I think I stand for, I'm known for, and people like me for, because it's not always about the money. It's about the impact that you create. Money is because you want their commitment. Okay. That's the mindset that I operate with. So the money part comes in because of the commitment that they will show. If it's free, see, I had in total, I think 21 registrations, 17 people didn't hop on the call because it's free. So there's no commitment. Imagine if I had asked them to pay $100, that $100 would have had them to come onto the call, even if it's 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. I think that's where the money aspect is very crucial, to charge for the time that you spend. Okay, so that is about creating a strategic video means. So breaking your video into 3 main components: your introduction, your mid-roll, and your final. What call to action you will place. So it's not the same call to action that you have to have, or it's not nice to have the same call to action. People get bored. So you can say, hey, hop onto my Instagram, guys, or listen to my podcast. You will have thousands of things, or at least 2 or 3 things where you can have people to divert. You want people to channel to your Instagram. You want them to listen to your podcast. So I've got like a channel banner done. So I've got my Instagram handle, I've got my podcast name, I've got my website name. So people know there are 3 options that they can go find me. If they're curious about me, they'll definitely hop onto my other platform. And that's how I gain traction. So 90% of my Instagram followers are people who have trickled down from YouTube. Okay. So these are things. So always call to actions need not be salesy. It need not relate to money, but it will be something to build that trust and relationship where you can have them as a paying client. The part I'm stressing about paying client is because I know I can help. Okay. I know I can change their life 10 folds if they sign up and they become my client. And that's where I'm so passionate that I have to do this. Come here, talk to me. Let's get on a call. And I'm happy to help because I know there is that potential. I know these people can shine. They're just being suppressed because of their thing. So that is the passion that you should have in a coaching industry. A coach is someone who will literally be like, you know what, you should sign up. That's not because of the money you pay me. Okay. It's not going to, because that's not my only source of bread and butter. Okay. But I'm struggling so much and I'm desperate to help you because I see that potential and I don't want to go to drain. I don't want you to be wasted because of all these limitations, because of this limiting belief. Okay. You spend few $1,000s. That is a bloody investment you do in yourself to 10x your life. When I invested in my coach, that is a figure that I would never imagined I would invest. Okay, but I have seen so much. It was a game changer investing in a coach. And I am, like my coach always says, you have to be a product of your product. So if I'm not a high ticket a mentee, I can't be a high ticket mentor. So that's how it works. So when you create a video, you have to have your ideal client avatar in your mind. You speak directly to that person and you exactly address their pain points at the start of the video. And you tell them, I've got a solution for you. Just stick around till the end. to get that complete information. So you don't miss out on the solution. I'm here to help. You should always be craving to help and give your maximum to your audience, to your clients. So it is like you bring out the best energy in you. Imagine, okay, I had my brain was like, I have 21 people, and that is the energy that had. And if I had just had six people, do you think I should be like, you know what, six people, so I can just be like, whatever, I'm not going to put in that effort. Even if one of you had turned up, I would still be with that same energy, because that one person has spent their time, has that trust in me, has turned up for at different time zones to listen to me. So that is the kind of mindset you should have, irrespective of the number of people's watching, number of people subscribing to you, number of people liking or sharing or commenting. All this is very important when you start off, because this is how YouTube is challenging, and this is what stops people from being consistent. During the COVID pandemic time, I think there was a data released that there were so many millions of new YouTube channels that were started, and today if you see, there would be 99% of those new channels would be dormant, I can promise. Okay, unless they found success, they wouldn't stick on, because they can't have that momentum, they can't have that trust in themselves to keep going, even with all these low numbers and vanity metrics and psychology and judgment and fears. Our brain is conditioned to see immediate results. If there's something, I died for 2 days, I want the scale to go down 5 kilos. It doesn't happen like that. It took years to put on this weight. So it'll take at least months to lose that by an inch. Okay. I have to have that bloody maturity to understand that. So YouTube is the same ball game. So we have to understand that creating a video that sells is very, very crucial, and how we place our call to actions. Now, next is the YouTube channel setup. It can't be random, like I said. If you have your Instagram, your DP, your Facebook DP, everything, it should be kind of similar, so they identify it's you. So people try to have uniform images, their branding images, branding colors, their logo, their fonts, everything to be uniform. So it has to be complementary. You'll be like, oh my God, this lady on Instagram, she was talking about fashion. Now, why is she talking about, completely different aspect of it? So I was like this big masala. So I was an academician, and then I was doing Australian immigration, and then I was doing, online business coaching. It was just too much. And then I had to chop down the stuff and focus on one niche and one platform. So that's where the success comes. So first, the second and third point are kind of interrelated. So your branding, when you do, it has to be uniform to maintain that uniformity, so people can identify, oh, this is the person I saw on Facebook the other day, or this is the person I found on Instagram. So the handle, this is where people make that mistake. So they would be known as somebody else on Instagram. Their handle could be totally different name to their YouTube name. So try to keep your names uniform as possible across multiple platforms. So when people try to search for you, it shouldn't be, that is like the worst thing you can do. They really want to find you, they really want to find your videos, but they can't find my older channel. I put so much of thoughts. I spent days naming my channel, and I named it as Meta Care Tribe, because I was so much into NLP in those days. And then I wanted to, think about a community. So I wanted the word tribe. I wanted to lift people to a meta state. So one state above where they are. So I wanted to care and nurture them. So, I spent days to name them as Meta Care Tribe. I love that name still, but I don't use that branding anymore. Okay, because it was so random, people can't find me. And it was, so now my channel is named after me. And then I've got another channel, which is like Tamil channel with my name. So things like that. So try to keep it uniform throughout for the branding purpose. And the huge KPI that you have to be successful to maintain sanity. Okay, for you to be sane, in spite of having two children and being an Indian abroad with all the typical Indian style of cooking, and I still work full time with University of Adelaide. So Monday to Friday. I am an active volunteer in my Tamil community. I am a volunteer in my council's library. I do free tutoring. I do paid tutoring. I do paid consults. So all of this is possible, not a bragging here, but all of this is possible because I am a big time, content repurposer, and I've still got one person full time who helps me to edit my videos and repurpose them. So I had three staffs, I think, working for me last year. Now it's come down to two. So the virtual assistant, the VA, was not that great. So I have a web developer who I contract him at times when I have to upload my courses. I have my own course dashboard. I don't want to pay Teachable. I don't want to pay Thinkific. So I have a core web developer who designs my dashboard, who maintains my web courses and curriculum and all the management part. He takes care. I have a guy who does it. So leveraging is very, very important. Even before you will think, oh, now I don't have the money, I can't spend on a staff, I can't hire someone to help me. But trust me, that's the time that you save to make so much time for yourself in the core aspects of your business. That's why I have time to do my sales calls, to get people onto my coaching platform, to get people onto my DMs and do it, because I have all these other elements that can be leveraged outside, and I'm focusing on my core areas. So leveraging is huge, and content repurposing. So when you do content repurposing, when you create your content, you think in such a way that you can repurpose that into different things. Like when I tried shorts very recently, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago. And one shorts, I think it spiked to 1,100 views within 3 hours. Okay. The same shorts, I chopped it even smaller, just with 0.1234. I made it as an Instagram reel. And I think one, again, hit more than the 1,000 mark. So it's the way you think when you create the content. Okay, I'm going to do this YouTube shorts, which is a vertical video. I can again repurpose them as reels. And when I do a YouTube video, I can do it as IGTV. I can do a podcast episode. I mean, I can strip the audio and convert it into a podcast episode. And the way I record my videos, I've got my camera mounted on my tripod. I've got it connected to my mic, and I've got my laptop with my Google Docs open with voice to text option. So when I speak, I've got a text typing there. So I can obviously clean, rinse, and convert it into a blog post. So the options are numerous. So this is the main key stuff when it comes to YouTube. How do you leverage the entire power of social media? So the first 48 hours are crucial. So when you post your videos, you have to make sure you share it on all your platforms to make sure you get traction. So the algorithm picks up that, okay, a lot of people are interested in this content, a lot of people are watching this video, and then YouTube will promote your videos. It'll expose your videos to more pair of eyes. So the first 48 hours, if you just post and you wait for people to watch, some miracle to happen, it doesn't happen. So you have to make sure you post in relevant Facebook groups, you post on your WhatsApp status, you post on your Instagram stories, you post anywhere. You let people know that I've got a video on this topic. Don't stop yourself from telling that. I still don't do that much because I was in a different niche when I was doing the Australian immigration. But this is something very crucial that you have to do when you do your first 48 hours of posting. And retention time, we discussed this earlier. The first few seconds are crucial to retain the audience attention. So you have to create that, what is the right word? You have to create that excitement that this is what I really wanted. I'm going to, wait and watch this particular video. And you have to keep that interest going. It's very hard. Trust me, to have someone to sit and watch you, it's really, really hard. And some people make this mistake. They always think about SEO, and they always think about trending videos, and they always make sure their titles and everything is, jam packed with the SEO keywords. So keyword research is crucial. It's really, really important. But when you talk about the title, how do I title it? I have two parts of my video title. One is the humanized version. Like, how will I search for that content? If I'm searching for that content, I'll be like, how to lose weight in 10 days. Okay, that is the common keyword. So that will be my first half, because when you look at it on a mobile or a laptop, the first half is where you're more inclined to see. The second half can be your keyword, like weight loss tips or quick weight loss, instant weight loss, easy weight loss, whatever it is. So that second half can be the SEO keyword aspect of it, but make sure you're trying to humanize your contents in such a way that when people read it, they understand it. My regional language videos, always most of my videos, the thumbnails have the title in my language. So I only want to capture the attention of my audience. If I have the title in English and people click on it and they find the video is in another language and they exit my video in 10 seconds, it's going to go against me. It's going to hit my algorithm negatively. So you want to make sure you attract the right audience. So make sure the thumbnails speak for it, the title speaks for it. So you don't want to just have the numbers, views, just clicks on it, and then they exit the video in 10 minutes. It's going to negatively backfire you. So that is very, very important when you talk about this. And content is always to trigger emotions. Okay, you have to trigger the pain points, what they face. I completely understand you've lost so much of money with visa fraud, fake agents, and that's why I'm here to genuinely help you to stop being scammed. And this is how you can do the visa process yourself. I have an entire playlist you can go binge watch and do your entire visa process yourself. And that was the trigger pain point which has helped me to really grow in such a short span of time, because I wanted to help people. The why was really, really strong. I really wanted to help people from preventing them from getting scammed, and I gave them all the solutions they wanted in the easiest, simplest form. And that's why. So this is how you have to create the content. What is your exact audience? What do they want? And how you can give them a solution and how you can do it. And people love stories, like see how my brother was scammed. Everybody can relate to that story. Okay, so storytelling is crucial when you create videos, but relevant stories. Nobody wants to know about me sitting and bragging about, you know what, I am doing this, I'm doing this. No, if it's irrelevant, don't talk about it. If it's relevant to the context of that particular video, definitely storytelling is huge. And keep it short. And ask. Always, people, we always have this limitation to ask. Okay, so always ask them, please subscribe to my channel, please share it with your friends and family. When you say that, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll always say this. Okay, share it with your friends and family. I recently had a video in my other channel where it was about Australian lifestyle and how people, just Indians, when they come here, they show off, they lose their money, they want a big house, they want a BMW, they just want to show off. So I'm like, send this video to families and friends whom you think is just showing off for this money. Okay, so that is like the fun factor. People will think, oh my god, I'm going to share it with that lady. So these are things, people, you have to make them think and make them do that action. So asking is huge on YouTube, so don't fear to ask. And it has to be shareable. Like I said, you have to give them a point to share. Why do you think they should share your content? So you should say, okay, this is something that where I really talk about repurposing video contents onto multiple platforms. If you know you're struggling mompreneurs, struggling single moms, struggling business owners who don't have time, this video will definitely help them to save time and maximize their sales. So share it with your business owners, share it with your business friends, better share it with your business ladies, and they will be benefited. So they will know whom to share. You're just making their task easier by lessening their, process of thinking. And it is a freaking numbers game. Meaning, the more quicker you want to grow, the more number of videos you have to post, which is the common way how YouTube works. If I post one video per week, my growth and my reach would be consistent, and the growth takes its own time. But when I go all in, last year during March when COVID hit, I started working from home. So I saved hours of traveling to and fro from work. And that time I utilized my lunch break, I utilized to record videos and podcasts, and my channel growth kind of freaked. Okay, it was like huge, because the more consistently I was posting, more frequently I was posting, my channel growth really hiked. So it is a numbers game. So make sure, if you can do one video per week, which is pretty good, you can still grow, you can still do lots with that one video. But when you can do more, make sure to do more. Okay, so that is the key factors for growth. And this is where I introduce my particular services to people who are interested to join. So my one-on-one coaching program, which is called the YouTube Strategy Lab, because I am, doctorate. So I love lab, I love research, I love critical thinking. So I like I said, how much thought I put in naming my particular what was that called, the previous channel. So same thing, I was thinking of what is that I can do. So I'm like, it's just about strategies to grow on YouTube, so let me call it YouTube Strategy Lab. And the my particular tagline is, you turn viewers into paying clients. So I'm mainly focusing on entrepreneurs and coaches. The problem that I had with side hustle coaching is like something I love, because it is, I always believe that passion does not feed your family. Okay. And the best thing about side hustling is your needs are taken care of. You don't have a family that is starving because you're passionate and you're working on your passion. You're still waiting to get some clients and money. So you have all your needs that are taken care of. And in your free time, okay, you just spare 1 or 2 hours of your sleep. You just spare your weekends hanging out with your friends. You just save that particular time, invest. And that's why YouTube is the best side hustle. Okay. Because all you need is one video per week, according to the algorithm, to grow consistently. So 1 hour per week. Imagine if it takes 2 to 3 hours of shooting, or 2 to 3 hours. It shouldn't take so long. Like, I'm just telling the worst case scenario, 5 hours per week. Okay. Just 5 hours per week. You can get one video up and running. That's like the maximum. Okay. You can spend. So that's why my focus is on entrepreneurs and coaches who want to grow on YouTube on video marketing. And how do I do that is these 6-step framework called shots, where I integrate, because it's not just creating video. There's so much of mindset shifts that are required. There's so much about offer creations. Offer creations meaning what kind of videos that you can create. People will be like, I'm just a lifestyle vlogger. What can I sell? They don't know what to sell. So every niche, every particular platform has something to sell, but you have to know how to create that offer. And then how do you launch? How do you repurpose? How do you manage time? And how do you sell? So all this is very specifically crafted towards video creation and video marketing. It can either complement your existing marketing strategies, or it can be a brand new start for people who don't have a current business. So I've got like a mixed bag of people, where some people are already established, they have other platforms, they're just trying to tap into this whole powerhouse of YouTube. There are people who are not much into businessy stuff, but they love to harness the power of YouTube and establish themselves and create an impact. So this is that kind of a coaching, one-on-one coaching program, which will help them to attain that particular mindset to create videos and content strategy that'll sell. And then this is the done for you service, which this is recently started for the thing. How it came up was the SA Mums, the South Australian Mums in Business. I'm part of that members, and we had a business meet where I knew all the entrepreneurs, they don't have time. They cannot invest their time in creating a video, editing a video, and posting a video. And then that's when it sparked, and I've got these clients where they are interested in done for you video services. Then I'm like, okay, it's still going to be transactions, all these video transfers via email. So this is a global market. So this done for you business services is the main thing that I'm targeting is launching. Even when you're launching your YouTube channel, the YouTube should be thought like, I think we're over our time. Okay, sorry, just in 10 minutes, we'll wrap up. So YouTube is like Netflix. Treat YouTube like Netflix. Imagine if Netflix has just one movie to watch. Will you be keen on watching? So you have to give people options. Okay, you have to let people binge on your content. So the way YouTube algorithm works is you imagine you post a link on Facebook, and somebody clicks on that link and drops onto YouTube. The more they stay on the platform watching your content and your other related content, or any other video, okay, the more they stay on that platform, the more the algorithm favors your channel and it'll boost your content. So that's how the algorithm works. So the retention time of you retaining a particular viewer on your channel or related contents is a huge success. So imagine if you're going to launch your YouTube channel and you're just going to create one video and post it, and I'm coming to your channel and watching it. I love your content, I want to watch the next one, okay, but there's none. Okay, so that is why when we power launch videos for business owners, it's going to be 10 videos. The idea behind 10 videos is you will create videos in specific topics, you will create playlist, you will have multiple contents, because it's not going to be everything related to one aspect of it. Okay, so even if you're cooking, then it could be like, say, breakfast ideas, one playlist can be just baking, one can be desserts. So whatever niche you have, so you can break them out into 3 categories. That's like my core. That's how I do it. So three content strategies. So in the content strategy, that's how I create. So I've got a specific content strategy where I create three core pillars of my business, and based on those three core pillars I craft video contents. So these three will be my playlist. So when someone visits your channel, it doesn't look like a brand new channel, and there are options for them to binge watch on. So that is the first thing that is very crucial in my done for you services, where the video is shot by the business owner, okay, whoever is going to sign up. The other option is, there are some videos that I've done where I will just give my voice, okay, it's just my voice, and we can create animated contents, we can create royalty free videos based on the audio that is given. These are stuffs that I do when I'm really not in a mood to, face the camera and record. I've got a bad hair day, I don't want to face the camera, I've got a swollen eyes, I've cried whole night, but I still want to do a video, I want to share something to the world. I just shut my camera, I just take my mic, I just record my voice, and then we can create animations, or we can create royalty free videos that can be overlapped onto the voice to create that video content. It could be a slide share video. So the options are enormous if you don't want to show your face. Okay, so there are a lot of faceless camera options, video options that we can choose depending on the niche. So the first step will be to plan what is your business need, what is the business requirement, and then the sales process. What is your current existing sales process? How do we link your video marketing and combine it with your existing sales process? Or how do you drive traffic and traction to your sales page via YouTube or video marketing? Is there another platform that you want to repurpose your content which can drive sales? So there are a lot of factors that goes into planning and content mapping. That's why you plan your business needs, and then based on your business plan, we map out your video contents and your business needs. So it always goes back to your business needs, it always goes back to your client avatar, and these are pillars which will help you to link everything together. Okay, and then we take care of the complete channel branding, we take care of the SEO strategies, and we launch it with 10 videos. So the 10 videos, I told you, the entire thumbnail, the entire title, the SEO tags, the meta data tags, and everything is taken care of when we power launch your videos. We'll also finalize on the different social media platforms that we will publish your content within the first 48 hours to power launch your videos. And then all this is completely taken care of. So this is done for you services, and this is for business owners who are already existing. I would love to thank you all for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.